So here goes the issue with the switches that really go bad on any other car. Um, Due to these things, arcing off, they have a little bit of a contact cleaning, issue. I'm trying to take that out. And you see how that's all black, all that soot, gets in there and it doesn't make a good contact. And so, the motor, yeah, well, the motor won't engage because it doesn't have that contact. So what you do is you come, you know, disassemble the whole switch and then just clean all these contacts once you take it off. And you see I already cleaned this one. It's totally black. Like here goes, look how black that one is. You can't even tell that there's a thing there. But anyhow, long story, I'll clean all these and then I'll be good to go. And just to give you an idea what I do, I take this small little Phillip or flat blade, stick it in there, kind of just open it, like twist it, and then it pops up. And then that's the hardest part. One thing I want to note is I'm wondering if possibly, you see how these contacts get eaten by the actual contact? If that's what also causes it to create that little void. When I put this back on, I'll double check. If I still have to press it down hard to touch it, then maybe I can take some soldering and fill that up so it can make the contact good. That's basically a note on my end. Alright, so I have an addendum. I went and I installed it and it was still the same. It was a little better, but not too much. So I took some phone cable, copper, wrapped it around so it can make that contact, and we'll test that out and see. So after you get those contacts cleaned up, you need to put this thing back in. Basically this piece that's here, they flip on both sides. They sit in there and then that will align the contacts. Now when you have those contacts in, there's this piece here. You see that one's got that little notch on the bottom. This one just has the holder. When you look at this piece, that one with that little notch on the bottom will go into that little hole as the other side. Let's see if we can zoom in or anything. Kind of hard to go, but you see a little faint white dot. That's where the other piece goes. So just make sure that double-sided one goes on that side, and you can snap it in. What I ended up doing is align it and just kind of pry it open just a little bit, just to slap in. Everything is snap. It's like a stage 1 kit of a model car, but you don't want to break anything. Alright, actually on this one I didn't even use a screwdriver because it already has some slots in there to slide in. So once you push it down, it'll expand a little bit and then slide in, and then there we go. That's basically the functionality of it. So we'll clean up the rest of these and we should be good to go. This is the driver's side, this black one. So here goes the rebuild process in reverse order. Basically I took this apart. I didn't think I was going to do anything, and then next thing you know I started. So here goes this little piece. The has little ridges on top to catch. That's where this piece sits, so it can rock back and forth. So when you install that, make sure that piece is sitting up there. Alrighty, let me try this. Alright, so you have it sitting up there, and then you're gonna simply make sure it's right and slap it back down. And there's these locking tabs that lock there and there. When you're taking this off, you actually need to pop off these guys first. They just snap on to the little connectors, and I did that by putting that little screwdriver there and just kind of putting it, twisting it, and it just pop, popped right off. So once we get that aligned, we'll go to the next step. So legit, like just snapping. Then make sure this works as intended. These are your little, water, I guess, type grommet type things. Get those in, I'm sorry, on each one. And then you can start putting your switches back on. And remember, this is the bottom. The black one's always the, automatic. What has the automatic down. But make sure when you're putting it, although you can pop them right back off, but that's the orientation. Alright, so how I had stated, when you're going to be separating this, you need to take off the switches first, and then you can pry those out to get to the contacts. So now that everything's there, it's really just, like I said, the little snap and fold. So here goes the back harness piece. It has those clips on the side, and then as simple as that. Once that locks down, on to the next. Now that we have our assembled switch control, it's basically like that. We all did this when we were kids. Just slide her in, and then these tabs will lock on there. So, this thing, I'm doing this in reverse order. With that said, when you go to remove these, after you take this out the car, pop that out, and then simple as that. I guess this is probably a better way to do it, so you guys can see what you're looking for versus in the dark. Alright, so when you get into here, simple as forward, plug back in. But when you're popping off, basically there's no screws, no nothing. It's the same thing like we were talking about, just screwed in. Slide those in and pop down. These clips are what hold it. So when you're popping off, you just need to pop off this front and then pull it out. So it'll be similar to it'll be like this, and you just and then slide out, and that's it. Alright, so after I put that extra piece in, simple as that. Before I had to press down hard in an angle to make contact. Now, yep, we're good to go. Alright,